As you can see right here, I have my Keltec Sub 2000 Gen 2 Glock 9mm. I really, first of all, just absolutely love this gun. It's deadly accurate. The iron sights are a little interesting to get used to, but otherwise they are fantastic. I love them. Pretty much really don't have any complaints at all about this gun other than the fact that, just like any rifle, it is difficult to clean. But it's no more difficult than an AR. It's probably actually easier, especially since this does fold up. Main reason I made this video is that a lot of people get on YouTube, talking boards, all sorts of other sites, talk about all these different modifications they do to their guns. And as you can see, I have a few on mine. Some people would say it's a little more than they should be, but it's whatever philosophy of use you want to have. To me, this is a gun that's fantastic just for going to the range, having fun with, and believe it or not, a lot of these do have functions that I could find useful. So with this, they're kind of talking about it, a lot on the message boards. People talk about the Red Lion rails, or all these different quad rails you can put on here that, are, 150, 200 bucks, depending on where you're looking. And honestly, I just wanted to show that, there are ways you can make modifications to your liking that aren't that expensive. First of all, thing I have on here is this light right here, picked up on Amazon for 20 bucks. It's a 600 lumen pistol flashlight. Works perfectly on the pick rails. Just has this little nozzle that goes up and down to sight it on and off. The reason I like this is that it's full metal, and it has the activator switch right here on the bottom that is very simple to turn on. As you can see, it's very light. And also with the button right here, just a light tap, and it goes to a strobe function. The reason I like that is that, if it's dark out, you can't see much. Obviously, the iron sights, they're full black, so you're not going to be able to see too well. That not only, makes the entire room visible, or entire distances, but, strobe function, they can't really see you well, but you can see them. So that really makes that useful. Next attachment I put on here was this little foregrip. I actually bought this from my gun shop for about 10 bucks, just kind of a local store here. I like it because it is foldable, has multi-positions. Obviously you're never going to use it that way, but just kind of whatever feels comfortable to you. And of course it folds up just like the Keltec, so it kind of makes it a lot easier to manipulate, use, pack up, whatever you wish. My only complaint about this is that it does kind of wobble a little bit. It's not a solid attachment. However, I've never had any issues with that. Actually, I think it kind of makes it easier to manipulate just because it is right there. It is all you need. And, whenever you're moving the gun fast, it'll lock into place. Whenever you're shooting, it's not going to be an issue. I guess if you wanted to, I haven't put anything in here yet, but this bottom part does unscrew. To be able to put in a few things. You can put in some extra batteries, I guess a couple extra bullets if you really felt like it. It's not really necessary. Next aspect on here, and the main reason why I'm actually making this video, is when a lot of people talk about, the original complaint with the Gen 1 Sub 2K was that it didn't have really any rails whatsoever. So Keltec listened, and their Gen 2, they added the top rail and the bottom rail. And a lot of people immediately said, well, we wanted a quad rail. So everybody goes online, talks about, basically taking apart the gun, adding Red Lion makes it a really nice quad rail. With that, though, that's about 150, 200 bucks. Some people get them cheaper. But needless to say, a lot of people that get these don't have the largest budgets. I'm one of those included that's not going to be getting a $2,000 AR and modding it with, $100 parts, $300 holographic sights. That's just not what I'm doing, and that's, why I kind of want to show these other options. One of the things that I kind of discovered by accident is, it was kind of funny because I ordered an offset mount, and Amazon sent me by wrong delivery, and it wasn't Amazon's fault, it was a third-party seller, sent me this little package of various pick rails. They're decent. I mean, they're nice polymer. They're thick, and they came with various screws and little knobs right here, which you may not be able to see too well with the packaging, but yeah, just kind of in here to screw in. What I found out was that these little slots right here are fantastic and have a just large enough amount of space to be able to slide those little pieces in, and through that I've been able to add on a rail piece right here. If you can look close, I did add a washer in between because when I did put the initial screws in, they were right on the tube, and I did not want to be messing with that. So I wanted to keep it, separated. So I did put a little set of washers in here, and it fits perfectly. There's no movement whatsoever on the gun, and with that, it allowed me to have a third rail. I've considered putting on a fourth, have not yet. Mostly just because I don't think it's necessary, and I think I've kind of maxed out everything I want to put on here. Next thing I put on, and of course, I think this set actually sells for $11 to $20 depending on the quality and brand you get. So that's another easier attachment, and you can kind of choose whatever size you want. The next thing I put on here was this little laser sight. What's nice about it is it's really easy. It's, very easy to manipulate, very easy to adjust for windage and elevation. It comes with all the parts. Bought it on Amazon for, I think, $12. I mean, it's obviously not the best laser in the world, but, it's a laser. It functions. That's really all you can ask for. And it does stay on its zero. What I like was it was very easy to attach to the Picatinny rail, and with that, it was, just right there. It was perfect, and it's pretty easy to sight in. Next thing I have is a little offset mount right here. I actually bought this on Amazon for about $5. Probably Amazon's going to put everybody out of business one day, but you can't beat having access to everything a lot easier. Little offset mount. The reason I got that was because I wanted to have some kind of sight on here that would allow me to be able to see aside from just on the iron sights. And I originally had just a little simple optic on here where I could just be able to just have a little red dot sight. This is a nice little red dot sight that I've added. It's the second one I've put on here. I got that at a steal, actually. It was Cabela's, originally $80, on sale for $20. I really enjoyed this. It's a nice little red dot scope, and with that, I'm able to manipulate the different lights to whatever intensity I want, and it is fantastic in low light situations. It's got a weird tint in it that just makes it really nice to see in low light. So with that, you have your windage and elevation adjustments there. It's a little tricky when you're, at an angle, but it does make it nice, so that way I can still use the iron sights and then flip over to that with, very little work. So really, in the end, I was able to put every single thing on here for under $100, and that's just, to me, a steal. And furthermore, and also the reasoning why I got the flip-up sight was that the gun still folds up and locks perfectly. It has, it didn't really add much at all to the weight. I mean, it's Kel-Tec, so it's going to be light, and frankly, it just made this gun so much more fun. In the end, kind of my philosophy of use for things is that, you want to have that one thing you can use at about any scenario. So kind of with this, as I looked, I'm like, okay, so during the day, if I need this, I have my, iron sights. That's not a difficulty. Any slightly longer distances, getting in the afternoons, early morning, low light, I have the little optic here. If there's ever a time when I really don't have time to necessarily aim, I have this zeroed in at about, I think, 20 yards right now for the laser, and it works perfectly, so that's not an issue. If it's pitch black out, if it's dark, if I'm, defending the house in the middle of the night, I've got this light with a strobe feature, so it really kind of fits everything I need. And with that, it kind of, makes it just an all-around fun gun, all-around, ergonomic gun. I honestly carry it in a laptop bag, so it's really, really compact still. And of course, 9mm Glock magazines, this is just a 10 round mag that came with it, but you get the 33 round mags, Glock 17 round mags, the 19 15 round mags. I haven't gotten a drum yet. I've seen a couple people who get them. They just seem fun, but that just to me tells me I'm just going to burn ammo. But in all, that's what I've done to my Kel-Tec Sub 2000. I've very much enjoyed the gun. It's very reliable. I have not had a failure to feed or failure to fire or failure to extract on any level. Whether it was steel, aluminum, brass, this thing feeds really everything, which is surprising considering how heavy the buffer tube is. But everything else is fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to post below. Otherwise, have a good day. Enjoy shooting. Love the Second Amendment. Just be safe out there, guys. Thank you.